Right, in this video, as promised, we'll look at battle tactics and the things to look out for in terms of battles. Here I've gone to one of my my otherworld cities, and as you can see, my battle bonus here is considerably lower than what you're used to seeing with my largest city. So just an attack of 24 and a defense of 24, and I'm fighting in a GVG map against a defending army. First thing to notice is this slider at the bottom that tells you which armies are coming up and what will attack you. It is always worthwhile focusing on the things that will do you the most damage and the things that are likely to be in range, and what you can attack. So, and getting the best out of the terrain. So my first move there with a defender, a light unit berserker, actually gets a defense bonus, a terrain bonus from being in forest, so it's probably worthwhile moving that to the forest if I can do nothing else with it, possibly keeping it out of range, but certainly putting it in the forest to get that bonus, and then not attacking because there's nothing we can currently attack. So with the heavy units, they get a defense bonus from being on plains, so make sure that they're on plains. And then let the enemy begin to move, and you'll see that the dangerous things are their trebuchets. They've conveniently attacked our rogues and turned into a trebuchet and a berserker. So what's best to do is, if I was to attack that trebuchet, which is this one here, it will still have an attack on me afterwards, although it will be a weakened attack. I cannot, or I'm going to be unlikely to be able to kill it. So my best target, if I can reach it, is actually that trebuchet, because if I can hit it twice, I will kill it before it can attack me. So I've hit it once, it's half damage. If I hit it again, it now cannot attack me, which means it cannot do damage, which means I'm going to do more damage to them than they will do to me. Right, so with the berserker, let's begin to move it forward so it can begin to get in range of the enemy. I could also have put it in a tree as well. So with trebuchet, the best attack is probably on the next trebuchet that's going to fire, which would be this one, and then moving my berserkers forward. And moving my heavies forward, taking advantage of the terrain wherever I can. Right, next I cannot hit and destroy that particular trebuchet, but because the next attack is somewhat further on, I then need to decide, should I damage that one and weaken its attack? It's likely to attack my own trebuchet here and destroy it, or do I destroy the next thing or attack the next thing that's going to hit me, which would be that drummer, which can do me damage but will do me considerably less damage? Or shall I attack a weakened unit like that trebuchet and potentially take that out? I think that's probably what we'll do on this particular occasion. And surprisingly, its trebuchet hasn't hit my weakened one, which I would expect and probably be the most sensible of the attacks that it could carry out. So now I'll move my berserkers forward, or begin to move my berserkers forward closer to trebuchet so they can do damage. This trebuchet and because the trebuchets are the ones that will cause the most damage, you want to take those out first. They've also got the longest range. Now I want to ideally protect my trebuchets from melee attack from these drummers and other units. Succeeded only slightly. Berserker attacking trebuchet. And my trebuchet cannot attack its trebuchet. So I need to go for something else. Let's go for the thing that will attack me first. And victory. I've taken some damage, and unfortunately my trebuchets, which were unattached, have been killed off. Ideally you want to minimise the number of units that are killed, because you can always then park them and recover them if they're just wounded. So that's the first introduction to some battle tactics, looking at the order in which things are carried out, what will attack you next, and how can you minimise the amount of damage the enemy will do to you and maximise the amount of damage you can do to it. And we'll look at some other examples in other ages. If you've got any questions, then let me know, or if you'd like me to do a sample of a battle with your particular age troops, I'd be quite happy to do that. So just let me know. Questions in our GVG thread or GVG camp thread would be great. Thank you.